I'm Nina Elias, and I'm the executive editor at Jerk Magazine. Jerk! I'll tell you about my favorite story that I've ever worked on. When I first became a staff member, I was the assistant features editor, and the features editor quit. So I was in the middle of trying to plan this section without ever doing anything before, and we had a big story on the board for immigration, like illegal immigrants in central New York. So the managing editor at the time said, Nina, why don't you write it? And I had never written a feature before, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. I had to have a translator with me to interview the immigrants themselves, and because I didn't speak Spanish. And the story ran as the main feature and the cover story for that issue, and it actually ended up going to the Hearst competition. Our funniest moments happen during proofs, our 6-hour editing sessions, and one of my favorites is when I'm working really hard and it's the end of the night and we're all getting a little loopy, and I look over, I'm hearing something really faint in the distance, and I look over and it's our features editor, who's a remembrance scholar and the Marshall scholar, and like this super dignified guy just being like, damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
My name is Karen, and I'm the managing editor at Jerk Magazine. The one thing that inspired me the most, really, that really showed me that Jerk Magazine was a professional publication, was when Mackenzie, our fashion editor, she decided to shoot a fashion spread in a pool. It was closed off. She already asked permission for it, and she got the okay, but she still had to kind of climb over the fence and, you know, do some shady stuff. They ended up doing all they had to do. They shot it. It was great. And the models were okay, but some point at the end, the police started coming. I swear it was like we were on Cops or something. They were running, and they were not running, but by the time the police came, they were acting like, oh, you know, we didn't go there, it's fine, nothing. And then Mackenzie's like, whatever, we got our shit, like, we have it all on tape, it's fine. We're not just a publication, we do this for our readers, and this is what we do. They are photojournalists. They go above and beyond. And this is exactly why I joined Jerk. We are all about sex. Sex. Well, and more sex. Don't tell my boyfriend.
Working for Jerk is an interesting experience. It is important, and it is a creative outlet. So I do have a lot of friends that do give me a lot of heat for working for Jerk. You know, a lot of them go, you guys don't talk about anything that's legitimately journalistic. You guys are just, you just make fun of things. And any person who says that, I just have one response to that. I mean, it's because they haven't actually read the magazine. If you read the magazine, personally, I personally edited a story last semester that was all about gentrification in the east side of Syracuse. So basically, it's an important topic, and it affects people, and it is a journalistic subject. It is important to this community. Anyway, so basically, we're sitting in a meeting, and we had a story about weed. And I happen to be foreign. I don't really know every single terminology that has ever been applied to weed. So our story is titled Cannabis. And John comes up to me, and I'm like, I turn to him, and I'm like, what's cannabis? And he's like, are you serious? Like, what do you mean, what's cannabis? Like, is that a joke? And I'm like, no, it's not. No, it's not a joke at all. And then he just looks at me, he's like, it's weed.